to Darlington Provincial Park. We are reporting to you live from McLaughlin Bay.
This little park is right along the 401. You might even be able to hear it right now, but it has some really nice sights. There's a nice area around here and a small town feel to some of the attractions around here. Come and join us.
Yep, for some swimming, biking, hiking.
All at Darlington.
All at Darlington.
We're Cheryl and Ben Coles.
We've been camping together for over 35 years.
A few years ago, we started doing video reviews of Ontario provincial parks to help people when researching places to visit.
We are now in Season 5 of our park reviews.
We hope this helps you in deciding where to have your next camping adventure.
Now let's go camping with the Coles.
We only get one life, I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Hello. Yep, we are 65. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
There's one trailer dump station. You can go in from either direction. There are 2 dump spots and 1 fill-up spot. The dump spot is not threaded, so no black water flush, and the hose is threaded on the fill-up spot, so you can put on a water filter.
Darlington Provincial Park is classified as a recreational park in the southwest and central region near the city of Oshawa. This park is on the shore of Lake Ontario and McLaughlin Bay.
This is us, site number 65, Lakeside Campground. It's a nice big site. It's a bit of a pull-through, has a semicircle that you pull into. It opens up to a well-shaded campsite. It's a good size, mostly grass ground, and the trailer stays kind of in the open sunshine. It's very nice. One unfortunate thing about this site is the power. We needed 75 feet of extension cord in order to get to the pedestal. This is where all trailers have their power, at the driver's side at the rear, and our pedestal is way in there.
There are 3 campgrounds with a total of 328 sites. Lakeside Campground is radio-free and has 102 electric sites and no non-electric sites. Cliffside Campground has 10 electric sites and 72 non-electric sites. Hilltop Campground has 23 electric sites and 121 non-electric sites. There is a dump station at the entrance of the campground area. There are 2 group sites that are non-electric. They can hold 10 to 15 tents. Trailers are not permitted. There are 4 day use areas. There is a comfort station with flush toilets in Hilltop Campground, Cliffside Campground, and at the day use area too. There is a comfort station with flush toilets and showers that is barrier-free in Lakeside Campground, and there is a shower building and laundry facilities that are barrier-free between Hilltop and Cliffside Campgrounds. There is a children's playground and day use area too. There is a park store, visitor center, and an amphitheater. There is a sandy beach on the shore of Lake Ontario. There are no designated pet exercise areas. There are 2 hiking/bike trails. The Waterfront Trail is a 2.6 kilometer trail that is part of the 350 kilometer multi-use trail that follows the shore of Lake Ontario from Niagara-on-the-Lake to Trenton. There's a campground and park store trail that takes you through the campground, past the amphitheater, to the park store, and to the beach. There are 3 hiking-only trails. Burke Trail is a 1.25 kilometer linear trail rated as moderate. The trail goes through fields, meadows, and forest past Pioneer Cemetery to a scenic lookout over Lake Ontario. The McLaughlin Bay Trail is a 1.5 kilometer linear trail rated as easy. This trail goes through a marsh and links to the Wildlife Reserve and Oshawa Second Marsh Trail system to the west boundary of the park. Robinson Creek Trail is a 1 kilometer loop and is rated as easy. This trail follows Robinson Creek through a forested ravine. There is a boat launch onto McLaughlin Bay. Only motors up to 9.9 HP are permitted in McLaughlin Bay. Away we go to check out the park. There are 2 group campsites, each containing vault toilets, water tap, fire ring, and picnic tables. They can hold 10 to 15 tents each. Trailers are not permitted.
Kind of unusual with the group sites. One side of the street are the group sites, and the other side of the street is regular campgrounds. They're right together. Aha! And there's the train that keeps coming by.
There is 1 boat launch and it is on McLaughlin Bay. Only motors up to 9.9 horsepower are permitted on McLaughlin Bay. McLaughlin Bay is sheltered, making it ideal for canoes, kayaks, and stand-up paddleboards. Common fish to catch are perch, pumpkin seed, pike, bass, and catfish.
We're in parking area 4 right now, which is where the boat launch is. McLaughlin Bay is quite warm. Concerning how warm it is, actually. It's almost like a bathtub. I'm very concerned about how it would be in the middle of the summer. There's a lot of algae along the edge. Concerned about the water quality, and I don't think I'd want to be swimming in here. Plus, all around, there is a ton of goose poop. Between Site 7 and 8 is a little path that takes you down to the beach. This area of the beach is unofficially known as Campers Beach. It's not on the map or anything, but a lot of people come here from Lakeside Campground.
Pretty quiet at the moment. Let's
Very
pan
quiet.
around and see.
And very calm water.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go for a swim.
Refreshing. Woo! The water's actually nice. Nice temperature.
It is.
It's Cheryl's Lou Review, Lou Review. Let's all talk about Lou's. Don't ask Ben, don't ask Jax, ask Cheryl. Cheryl's Lou Review.
So the vault toilets are located in day use area and in hilltop only. The ones in day use are like an RV step flush toilet, and the one in clifftop are just your basic hole in the ground vault toilet. All these ones could use a little TLC, some more than others. They just have the basic toilet paper. There's soap and running water, as long as the faucet doesn't spin around in circles. There is no solar lighting, no hooks, no garbage. The smell isn't too bad because it's the beginning of season. They haven't been used very much, so can't say much about that right now. They seem more rustic than some of the other ones that we've been in before. I think I'll give them a wilted flower.
Hi, let's go.
Alright, let's take a look at our weather forecast today.
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Got the Tropicana fresh costume.
Wow.
Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break.
22 kilometers from the park is Archibald's Orchards and Estate Winery. They have a great selection of hard ciders and some wine. They do have some free samples.
A little bit of sparkle. The alcohol is around 6% on this.
Okay.
So it's about half of what you find in a full-strength table wine. And very refreshing and light.
Today we purchased a couple of hard ciders. We have the hard cherry and the strawberry lime. They're a great couple that run this place, so come and check it out. Prime season would be the fall season where they have apple picking. Fun for the whole family. A couple minutes down the road from Archibald's is Tyrone Mills. The building has been here for about 177 years. Current owner, approximately 45 years. They have a lot of flowers, some baked goods, refreshing drinks, local like maple syrup, soaps, honey, that sort of thing. On the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, they have homemade pizzas. Here's our margarita pizza with pepperoni. Wood fired. So come and check them out. Should I risk it?
Sure.
Two.
Unbelievable.
I did it! Yep! Yippee! Okay. So less than 5 kilometers from the park is the Courtice Flea Market. It is open Saturdays and Sundays from 9 till 4:30. It is a flea market. It's mostly older items. Not quite our thing, but if you're into the flea market type thing, then stop on by for a browse.
If you stay right here, I might move my head to your face. It's been a long and tiresome day. I've been waiting to come home and give you everything that I have. Now we could stay awake all night and have dinner in bed. Slowly watch as the sun rises, or fall asleep instead.
On the map it said there's a little cemetery, and boy, they weren't kidding. It is a little cemetery. I see one headstone.
Like a hovering cloud.
Well, if you look right out there, you can see water.
Oh,
So there's the lookout. You can see the lake.
this must have been here for a long time.
Oh no, step on our feet.
Good boy, Jax.
Good boy.
What did you do?
Okay, let me have. Thank you. Thank you, good boy. Now, it's a shame that people have to litter on the trails like this, but on the plus side, there's nothing Jax loves more than to pick up a discarded Tim Hortons cup and carry it. So he walks so much better when he's carrying something in his mouth. So he carried it the whole way here, and then he's happy to give it to me and put it in the garbage. Good job, Jax.
Now we could stay awake all night and have dinner in bed. Slowly watch as the sun rises, or fall asleep instead. Woo, this is
Don't think the
how
amphitheater's
it
been
ought
used
to
in a while.
be. Every day should be like a hovering cloud. Woo, when it's only you and me, no one else can bother.
And kids, this is what's called a phone booth. You can make phone calls from in here.
Step on our feet.
Look at this. You got your phone right here. And you know what? There's no Google. You want the you go here. Oh, there's supposed to be a phone book in there, but there isn't. At least it's press button. It's not a rotary dial. Currently riding the waterfront trail through Darlington. As you can see from this map here, it starts in Quebec and it travels all around the north shore of Lake Ontario, Niagara Falls, north shore of Lake Erie, around Lake St. Clair, up to Lake Huron to Grand Bend. That's a pretty good bike trail. I don't think we're going to do it all right now. We're just going through Darlington. It's only really about a 5 or 10 minute ride through Darlington though. Once you do the short bike ride through Darlington on the Lakeside Trail, if you continue heading west, you hit the McLaughlin Bay Wildlife Reserve. You can continue your bike ride through there. Some beautiful scenery, some nice marshes, see some trumpeter swans and some other wild animals. It's a nice way to extend the bike ride. For cell service, Bell, TELUS, Virgin Mobile, and Koodo. You'd think you get really good service here. You're so close to Toronto, but you don't. The phone shows LTE Plus and going down to LTE. Usually only one bar. Sometimes we have even trouble with emails. Texting and phone calls seem to be okay, but if you have to work from the park, I don't think this is the park for you unless you have some sort of booster or something like that. We don't have anything like that, so I wouldn't know about that.
Well, it's time for Cole's Notes for Darlington Provincial Park. So we finally made it here.
Yep, it's been a long time coming.
Yep, along the 401,
Yeah.
which we hate coming on.
Yeah.
So what did you think about this park?
Well, I think we had low expectations coming in.
It's a different kind of park.
Yeah. But saying that, because we had such low expectations, I was pleasantly surprised. This was nicer than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I like the area we're in here, the campground. We are in Lakeside. We have a nice large site. It's close to the water. We have a great view. Anything along the fence line or the water's edge, what do you say, the water?
Yeah, it's a bit of a cliff, a bluff.
It's a drop, yeah. So you're not like right on the water, but you have the view of the water, which is nice.
There's no access to the water. There's a fence there.
Yeah.
When we went through all the campgrounds, we thought that Lakeside that we're in and Cliffside, those were nice campsites.
Yeah.
They had decent-sized campsites.
Yeah. Hilltop is smaller sites, way more rustic.
And closer to the 401.
Yeah, so you're going to hear more of traffic, trains.
Yeah.
So you train lovers, if you want to get an earful of trains and camp in Hilltop.
So when you come here, you just need to know what you're getting into. If you're coming here expecting that this is Algonquin Park, you're going to be very disappointed. You have to realize when you get here that you're surrounded by a nuclear power plant, by a very, very busy highway in the 401, and a surprisingly busy rail line.
I don't hear it all the time, but when you hear it, you hear it. I'm not totally bothered by it. So.
Yeah, actually, like we live pretty close to the Conestoga Parkway where we are, and we're used to being in our backyard and hearing the highway.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal. A park like Craigleith, where the highway is like 50 meters away, that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
But here, you're talking a kilometer away.
It's buffered.
Yeah, but you still hear the kind of dull roar of the highway. And you definitely hear the train.
Now, day use area, it's a very huge park for day use.
Because they got 4 day use areas.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, it's well maintained. The beach, the day use beach is great. I don't see any problems with it.
Yeah, that's a nice beach area.
It's a nice beach.
And it's on Lake Ontario.
It is rocky, so you might want water shoes.
Yeah, it's on Lake Ontario, and Lake Ontario is a nice, clean lake.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty clear water.
Clear water. So that's nice. In the clip, you might have seen me when I jumped in the water. That was one of our first days here, and the lake was really calm, and there was some stuff floating at the water's edge. That was just pollen. It's that time of year. There's pollen everywhere.
It wasn't grungy there.
Yeah, it wasn't. It might have looked gross on camera, but it wasn't. It's just a little bit of pollen in the water. And then the next few days that we were here, when you go down to the beach, the water's nice and clean. There's nothing in the water. Speaking of water, though.
Yeah, I missed that there's not really a dog beach area. There's the boat launch area, which the dogs are allowed to go in with their leash on.
Yeah.
But it's not ideal.
And that's the water I wanted to talk about at McLaughlin Bay. When I walked in there, I was very surprised that the water was quite warm. And it's the beginning of June. And I would be concerned with the quality of the water when it's that warm in the beginning of June. I can't imagine what it'd be like. Ooh, mosquito.
It's enclosed.
I can't imagine what it'd be like in July and August if it's that warm in June. Plus, we saw a lot of algae floating in it and stuff.
And there's a lot of geese. Lots of geese.
Goose poop everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd want to be swimming in that water.
You don't swim in it. No.
No,
it's
but
not
it's
for swimming.
at least a spot that you can put some kayaks in or canoes in
Yeah,
and paddle around.
We did that. So.
But there's not much to see there. It's just a little spot. And you can't access Lake Ontario from there unless you did a little bit of a portage.
Biking and hiking, we got some of that in, which wasn't too bad.
Yep.
They weren't overly difficult or anything. I loved, we went down the Marsh Trail and we found...
The Waterfront Trail?
The Waterfront Trail. And we ended up finding the...
McLaughlin Bay Wildlife Reserve.
Yeah, and we took our bike. You can take your bikes. You can't take dogs through that part, but you can take your bikes or walk through it. And it was just covered in lilacs and purple flowers. I loved it. It smelled so good.
That was a pleasant surprise finding that
we
place.
found a little spot that took us out to Rocky Beach area too, so that was kind of a nice surprise.
Yeah. Overall, for this park, I would say that this is not a destination park.
No, it's like a great park for the people that live in the area to come to.
Yeah, most of the people we spoke to, they said that they lived close by. The one guy said that he forgot his meat in the freezer, so he drove 10 minutes home to pick up the meat. And
a lot of people come here, they set up camp, and their family come and go. So
it's a great park for that. But it's not the type of park that I think that somebody would be willing to drive 4 hours to get to.
No.
It's also used by people that are traveling along the 401 and needing a one-night stop. Because we're like right off the 401. There's not a lot of driving to get into the park once you leave the 401.
That's right.
So it's ideal for stuff like that. But all in all, because we had such low expectations, it exceeded our expectations.
Yeah,
so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's probably not a park that we would come back to, just because there's a lot of other nicer parks in our area that we would rather go to than here.
But it was fine.
Yeah. So for a rating,
it's not the worst. It's not the best.
No.
Maybe like a 7-ish.
Yeah. We gave I think Earl Row we gave like a 7. Earl Row didn't have any place to swim, no water. But they had some nice hiking trails in the area, some really nice hiking trails.
And stuff.
This place really does have nice water, so that's nice. All the hiking and cycling trails you can do in an afternoon. There's not much to it there.
Yeah.
And there isn't a lot more to do here. This is a really big day use area type park.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I guess a 7 would be good for this park.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's a 7. Oh, 7.
7.
And our next trip we're going on, we're heading to Texas.
It's our big Texas trip, so we're
Texas
looking
or
forward.
bust.
Looking forward to that one. Should be fun.
Yep.
Should be an adventure.
And we're going to be gone for a couple of weeks for that. I'm not sure exactly what videos are going to be coming out next. We will probably have a gear review for you. We've got a couple of those to do, and then we'll get into the Texas video or videos. Not really sure how it's going to work out yet. Anyway,
See how much we get.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Common fish to catch are perch, pumpkin seed, pike, bass, and catfish. Yeah, I did pretty good.
You did.